When you entrust a man with a public trust, and you know that he's human, and you don't want him to run amok, you bind him down with an oath. I know we heard talk today about someday you may see those in the uniform, in violation of their oaths, pointing the gun at you, their masters, in an unlawful way. I pray that never happened.
Marines were asked whether or not they would fire upon U.S. citizens who refuse or resist the confiscation of firearms banned by the U.S. government. And I found this very difficult to swallow. 11% opted with the no opinion response. Had no opinion? Firing on their own fellow Americans?
Against the Constitution? You took an oath to the Constitution, officer.
Just on the other side of the street. That's it. Private property here.
Officer, this isn't a private property. Yeah, we need that because this is public property, sir.
Yeah, I was told yesterday that the private property stops right up there.
Can we talk to your superior, sir?
Can I have C documentation?
Yeah, we need that because this is public property, sir.
Yeah, I was told yesterday that the private property stops right up there.
Can we talk to your superior, sir? Sir, can I have your badge number, officer? Can I have your badge number, sir? You're required as a public servant to give me your name and badge number.
My name is on my shirt.
Okay, great. You will be on YouTube tonight, sir, for not upholding the Constitution. You took an oath of office to uphold specifically the Bill of Rights.
I don't care whether it's your governor or your senator or your representative or your president. I'm sure you can look at instances, days within having sworn his oath, the person violates it blatantly. That's a dangerous thing.
I, George Walker Bush, do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully execute the office of President of the United States.
And will, to the best of my ability, preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States.
None of this stuff would be happening if it had stuck with the Constitution and stuck within its parameters. Police officers and veterans, all of us who swore the oath, and will keep our oath, and will honor our oath. If you swore an oath to defend the Constitution, honor your oath.
Apparently, a police chief has been fired and his whole department disbanded because of his affiliations with a constitutional law enforcement organization. Was ordered to disband his village police department because he attended the Constitutional Sheriffs and Peace Officers Association. He and 38 other peace officers who committed to uphold and defend the Constitution of the United States have been disbanded. But interesting, if this in fact is true, is this to set example, to the rest of the constitutional sheriffs and police officers out there that, if you're going to uphold the Constitution and defend the Constitution, we're going to make an example out of you, fire you with no just cause, and get rid of your whole honoring him for his actions rather than reprimanding him and firing him for his actions? Shouldn't the sheriff want all deputies and officers upholding and defending the Constitution of the United States? That's what sheriffs are supposed to be doing. They're supposed to be our fucking, the last line between us and them.
Okay, you take that up in the court of law.
Are you stating to me you don't know what the rule of law is?
It's under the Transport Act of 1983. Okay?
1983 is unlawful, it's void, it's ultra-vires.
That's up to you.
I have the information here, I have the evidence right here.
That's all right.
Okay, 4 dates, mate. 4 dates. Listen, has there been a treaty with the original sovereign tribal people? Has there been a treaty with the original sovereign tribal federation? He doesn't contract, he doesn't consent with you. He doesn't contract, he doesn't consent with you. I do not contract, do not consent with you. You have nothing to do with us, we have no contract with you. You can't do nothing to us. You can't do nothing to us. Because you cannot enforce the rule of law you don't have. You're a business corporation. You're a business corporation. You're a business corporation and you have no contract with this person. Please show me a contract. Please show me a contract, please. We are peaceful people, okay? We are peaceful people. We're just asking for some evidence and proof who you are. We're just asking for some evidence and proof who you are. Who are you? Who are you? If you don't have a law to enforce, then you are nobody. We don't have a contract with you. We don't have a contract with you.
Both of you. I want to show you what
we don't have a contract with you. We don't have a contract with you. We do not consent with you. No, you don't. No, you don't. I've got a valid ticket, so you've got no contract with me. I'm breaking no rules and no laws. All I'm asking you, I'm seeing a crime committed here, and I'm going to report a crime. I'm going to charge you with Section 458 of the Crimes Act for impersonating a public official. Now, if you don't stand down, don't secede. If you don't cease and remove yourselves immediately, I will charge you under Section 458 of the Crimes Act 1958, okay? I'm allowed to do that. Look it up. Look it up. I've asked you to prove to me who you are.
That's who I am.
No, you prove to me who you are. What is the full rule of law? Under this document stated here, you have no rule of law. No rule of law, you have no jurisdiction, no court is a competent court. No court can hear this. No court cannot hear this. It's a competent court. No, I'm not hindering my friend. No, I'm seeing a crime committed and I'm going to report it to the police. Where are the police? Call the police because I'm going to report a crime committed for it. I don't know if you realise, my friend, I've got criminal investigations into all of you. I am having your oath of allegiance investigated at the moment with the Police Command Department. You can check my name, you can check it all up, and when all the truth comes out that you are not public officials, you will all be arrested. Do you understand that? Do you understand? Do you understand? Take this, read it, understand what you are doing right now. You are committing fraud and deception, and you are extorting money out of this man. You are committing fraud and deception, and you're extorting. Extortion of this man. Do you have a conscience? Do you realise you are now just destroying the future of your family, your wife and your children? Because we are actually... Now, excuse me, can you just cease and remove yourself? I will charge you Section 458 of the Crimes Act. I will. I will for impersonating a public official. You have no oath. Who is your oath, by the way? Who did you swear your oath to? Who have you sworn your oath to? I have a right to know. Who have you sworn your oath to? You are walking around with a badge and you are stating you are a public official. My taxes pay for you. I am the highest authority in the land. I am the voter. I am the highest authority in the land. I am asking you right now, prove to me who you sworn an oath to. Who have you sworn an oath to? Remove yourselves and decease yourself immediately. Remove and decease immediately. You understand? No, you remove and decease yourself from this person right now, who is not a natural person. He is a flesh and blood man. The skin flows, the flesh grows and the blood flows. Are you arresting a flesh and blood man right now? No, let's do this. Let's do this. Are you arresting a flesh and blood man? If you are not, cease and decease. Cease and decease right now. Are you arresting a flesh and blood man? I need to know that right now. Who are you putting down? Who are you arresting and who are you confronting right now? Is it a flesh and blood man or a natural person? Hey mate, I'm doing this for you and your families, you understand? I'm trying to teach you that they are a business corporation and they have no power over us or authority. Did you understand we are doing this to help you? You should be sheriffs, not these public ESOs that they make you. Why aren't you sheriffs? That is what you are. You are sheriffs, but you are not walking around as sheriffs, are you? They've created this different person just to come and harass us when we should have free public transport anyway. Where does all our tax money go? Where does our tax money go? Why do we not have free public transport? You want to tell me that? Okay, well, I'm finished playing around with you blokes, okay? I think I've proven my point here. Either you cease and desist right now, or when the cops here, they'll be arresting you. Okay? Because I've already asked you to tell me who you swear your oath to, and you can't tell me. Is it the Queen of Australia? Is it the Queen of Australia or is it Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth? Just tell me, I just want to know. Who did you swear an oath to? Who did you swear an oath to? What is your name, by the way? And tell me your badge number, please. No, I need it in writing. I need you to write it. Write it down. There it is. Yeah, it doesn't say your government. What does it say? Tell me what it says. It doesn't say government. Are you a public official right now? If you are, Tell me who you swore your oath to, okay? And tell me, are you arresting a flesh and blood man? Are you arresting a flesh and blood man? It's a simple question. We're peaceful people. We're only asking a question. We're not violent. Our hands are up. We do not carry a gun, okay? We're asking simple questions because we believe at the moment that you are committing deception and fraud and you are extorting money out of a person, okay? These are the crimes that I will charge you with, and impersonating a public official. Do you want to cease and remove yourself immediately, or you will be charged?
Friend under arrest, he can't leave, sir.
He's not under arrest because you can't arrest him. You don't have a rule of law to enforce. I have a document here that states you have no rule of law, okay? Because there is no UK imperial laws for you to enforce. So what is the rule of law you're enforcing? Is it common law of Australia, common law of England?
What piece they start?
What is it?
What piece they start?
What is it? What is it? I'm asking a question. What is it? You can't go around telling people they're under arrest unless you know the rules yourself and the law yourself. If you don't know the rules, you don't know the law.
Section 219 of Transport Act. Okay?
Sorry, valid, ultra-violet and void. Because it's an English law, mate. That's a statute law. It's a man-made law. We don't go under statute laws. We are flesh and blood men, and we live under the laws of our Creator. The laws of our Creator, the 10 Commandments. Do not harm, do not injure. What crime has this man committed? Who has he hurt? Who has this man hurt right now? What is the crime here? A crime is if you have injured or killed or maimed someone. What is the crime this man's committed? What is the crime? He hasn't committed a crime, he's free to go. Let's go.
No, you can't leave, mate.
You're free to go.
I can.
You're free to go, man.
Are you going to be
free to go.
You're going to be arrested for hindering, all right?
Are you being arrested or being detained?
You're going to be arrested.
Am I under arrest or am I being detained? Am I free to go?
You will if you hinder, okay?
No. I've seen a crime committed. I've seen a crime committed and I'm reporting a crime to you.
Okay?
I'm reporting a crime. And I'm asking you to cease and desist.
Okay? You're under arrest. No, mate.
You're funny, mate. We were on our way to the Melbourne Town Hall where we're putting a memorial up for the two original people that were murdered in 1800, and your state government is now putting up a memorial to say that you're guilty of it. Is this the law that you're enforcing? A guilty law? A guilty law. You're enforcing a guilty law. That's not a law, mate. That's guilt. It's guilt. Well, I've asked you to cease and desist and you won't remove yourself. Well, cease and desist and remove yourself. Or, tell me what the rule of law you're enforcing. Tell me if you're arresting a flesh and blood man. Are you detaining a flesh and blood man? Or, who have you sworn an oath to? Who have you sworn an oath to? Who have you sworn an oath to? Who is the oath you swore to? Who is it? Nothing. So you go around and you use violence, you use threatening, harassment and a gun to tell people that they were supposed to have paid money for a train fare. Is that what you're saying? So that comes under extortion, doesn't it? Comes under extortion? So you're extorting money out of this person right now? Well, he had a ticket on him. As far as I'm concerned, he paid for the train fare. Well, not paid fully for it, but he paid the train fare.
It's all valid, mate.
Right?
It's all valid.
So what's your problem? 5 cents? 1 cent? Cents?
That's all.
3 cents? What is it?
I'll take him down another way.
What is it? What's the problem here? What's the crime committed? Did he kill someone? Did he injure someone? Did you get their names? I need your names.
You can have all their names.
State your name, please.
Give it to you twice, mate.
I didn't hear it.
Name's Les, okay?
Les?
Badge number's 1464.
1464.
That's it.
You don't even have 5 numbers. Wow. That's how low they made you.
You're trying to insult me.
That's how low they made you. 4 numbers.
Low.
Every policeman you talk to has 5 numbers. Well, I'm sorry, mate. You won't cease and desist.
Take these. Take action.
Right? Oh, did you just make a statement? I didn't hear it, by the way. What did you say? Did you say something? Did you say I did something? What did I do? What did I do? I was pointing out the fact you have 4 numbers. Is that a problem? Is that a problem pointing out you've got 4 numbers? When has that been a crime? When has that been a crime to report 4 numbers? What's your name, by the way?
My name's Robert Piccisanti.
Robert Piccisanti.
1703, okay?
1703.
Yep, got that?
Well, that's what you should have said, the double O, you see. You didn't say the double O. You're actually much higher than the police. Congratulations. You've done well. But you do know you're supposed to be a sheriff, don't you? Listen, friends, is there any way we can discuss this properly? Because
You've got to provide his details.
I'm trying to explain to you.
If you provide his details, he can leave. Once he's confirmed.
I'm trying to explain to you there's 4
Provide his details,
dates.
once he's confirmed, he can leave.
There's 4 dates that we are concerned with. 1788, 1919, 1970 and 1986. And the Sue versus Hill case 1999 where the High Court judge said that the UK is a foreign power. We have that from a High Court judge. So how can you be enforcing a UK law? You are actually enforcing a foreign power on us Australians, and we're a nation. We have nothing to do with England. Do you understand what I'm trying to tell you? I'm not trying to get you to lose your jobs, friends. I want you to keep your jobs, but as us, as officials for us. Do you understand? All I'm trying to say to you is this is going to the High Court for an interstate matter with an ex-policeman. I'm working with an ex-policeman. Do you think that I'm doing this on my own? Do you think I got all this knowledge from myself? I'm working with high people that are about to bring a court, this all into the court, High Court as an interstate high matter, so that we can finally have a free land, free people. Aren't you interested in that for your family? You're not going to get you're not going to get freedom, mate, because your electricity you still pay for. Do you know we have wind, we have sun, we have water, we can have free electricity? Do you know we can have electricity in the cars? All we need is batteries. You put the battery in the car and you don't need to drill any more in the earth. We're killing the earth every day because we're digging holes into it for the petrol. Do you know that? The fossil fuel. That's not going away, my friends. Okay? Do you know that the jails are full and the pedophiles and the rapists and the murderers are all out? And the people that are in there are people like him? Because you go and you arrest that person and you put him in jail and the jails are full and the murderers and the rapists are all out. Do you know that the jails now have containers? Because they haven't got enough room to hold the people that you keep arresting every day. Do you know that? Isn't public transport supposed to be free? Isn't it supposed to be free? Aren't our roads supposed to be free? Didn't we pay enough taxes for that? Do you realise that they're now going to make us pay for more tolls on the freeways for roads that were already paid off? Come on, friends, join us. Stand up today and just say you'll step down and you'll step up as our public officials, we the people public officials. This is not a joke, my friend. This will happen. We are taking down the judges and the courts because they have no competence, they have no rule of law. We are a nation with no rule of law. We're supposed to be created in 1919. Did it happen? Did it happen in 1919 when we joined the League of Nations and became a nation? Did it? Did it? I'm asking you a simple question. So you're being done by education. Did they ever teach you in education that you were a nation? Can I ask you now, are you English subject or a citizen? Are you an English subject or a citizen? Really? Well, if you're an English subject, then that means the Queen's here, but she's not here because she was removed with the 1986 Australia Act. Okay? Australia Act, 1986, the Australian government removed all UK.
Sorry?
Mate, I'm telling you now, when the cops get here, they're going to get the same from me, what I've been saying. And do you think they're going to arrest us? Do you... All I want you to let this man go. He's going to a very important event tonight.
These details of payment of everybody can leave.
All right, I'll give you... I totally agree. If you agree to arrest a flesh and blood man, I'll tell him to give you his details. That's the only way you're going to get his details. Yeah, that's all right. Don't worry. Are you agreed to arrest the flesh and blood man? He's right there in front of you. Do you want me to prick him so the blood comes out?
Under arrest, sir.
Are you allowed to arrest a flesh and blood man, or are you only allowed to arrest a natural person? Now I'm getting serious here because you have to answer the question, or you let this man go. He's not under arrest. Go. Go. They're not going to arrest you as a flesh and blood man.
Becoming a hindrance, right? Becoming a hindrance, okay? You better stop now, okay?
But we've got a point here, and they won't agree to it. Do you like being criminal? Do you really like being criminal? And aiding and abetting this unlawful government with a business corporation that's registered in America? The Justice Department is registered in America. Did you know that? How does the Justice Department get registered in America? They're a separation of powers. Yeah, but you've got to make the point, are they arresting a flesh and blood man? Yeah, I know that. But the point is, they've got no right doing what they're doing, taking up our time. We're going to have to charge them for the time they're wasting too, by the way. No, you blokes don't get it, because there's going to be more of us coming through every day, and we're going to give you the same hassle. You want to end it today and understand what I'm telling you. Do you want to understand what I'm saying? Because when the police get here, they won't arrest us. They will let us go. I go through this every day with the police. Do you think I don't do this every day? Don't you think I don't do this every day with the police? I've got investigations going with the police at the moment into all of this. Does anyone here understand what I'm saying or not? With some help back here. Alright? Because they're going to be charged. They're going to be charged under Section 458. Doesn't matter, I've got it. I'll give you an opportunity to break away from the unlawful aiding and abetting government. I feel sorry for you, I really do. I'll go get you help, alright? I'll be ringing up, I'll get you some help. And all these three gentlemen here will be arrested tonight. No, 4, make it 4.
Huh?
And why would that be?
Because you are interfering with the matter over there that the authorised officers are trying to deal with.
Okay, can I just ask a question?
What?
How is interfering in a matter, reporting a crime, interfering in a matter? I just said to you...
You're not reporting a crime to these gentlemen. They're not equipped to take the crime.
No, I'm reporting a crime to you.
What's the crime?
2 gentlemen pulled over a bloke over there.
Yep.
Announced themselves as public officials.
Yep.
When we've asked for proper recognition, proper credentials as a public official,
yep,
they refuse to answer. Now I've asked them 3 questions. The first one is, what is the rule of law you're enforcing today in this country?
Mm-hmm.
Secondly, who have you sworn an oath to?
Yep.
Thirdly, can you arrest a flesh and blood man? Or in your paperwork does it say natural person?
They can't arrest a flesh and blood man, but they have the power under this government, which is duly elected by the people, to detain people.
Okay, I understand that. My friend, I'm not here. Look, I was on my way to this Victorian...
Do you know this gentleman?
I may know him, yes. We may have travelled together, maybe.
Well, it's a very simple question. I don't want a trivial answer. Do you know him or not?
I don't want to be arrested because I do know the person, okay? All I'm saying to you is, I've seen 2 men come up to a man...
Excuse me.
I know you're listening because you think I'm going to fail, but it doesn't end here. I go to the police station and it just continues. It goes to wherever and it continues. But don't forget, I was doing it for you and your family. Because nobody around wants to know the truth. They were all slaves in a business corporation. You see, I had to handle myself with the police officers. They were ready to grab me and throw me to the ground. If I put my hands up and I say I'm an innocent person, what right have they got to hurt me? I haven't committed a crime. You see what the force is that they have put into their heads? They are no longer policeman, policewoman, right, to uphold the law. What they are is a police officer, another creature created in order to raise revenue. All they do is raise revenue, and that's all they do with you as well. They've stated they can't arrest a flesh and blood man. So I'd say just leave. They've stated you can't arrest a flesh and blood man. So what are you being arrested?
Mate, you've got no reason to be here now. You can leave if the police are finished with you. Yeah?
No, but I see a crime committed. So am I seeing a crime committed or not? Am I seeing someone arresting a person? I don't understand. You can't arrest a flesh and blood man. What are you doing?
Yeah, mate, you can go. You have no reason to be here. You need to leave the station. Okay?
Even though I've seen a crime
Mate,
committed.
you've got no reason to be here. If you refuse, okay, I will report you. Okay, now please go.
Can you arrest a flesh and blood man? So you report a flesh and blood man.
Mate, I've asked you.
Yeah,
okay, now please go. I want you to leave. Okay?
I have a ticket. I'm allowed to be in this
I've
train
asked you to
station.
leave. You're not intending to make a journey, are you?
Yeah, I am actually.
We'll go and catch a train. If you're not, leave the station.
I'm not ready for another half an hour.
You've got to go. I want you to leave, okay?
I'm not ready for half an hour.
Pardon?
My hands are up. I'm not committing a crime.
Keep walking, station, mate. You've been an annoyance, okay?
How am I being annoyed? I'm just standing here.
Mate, you've been talking non-stop for half an hour.
Yeah, because I was trying to help you and your family.
Now I need you to leave, okay? You've got no reason to be here, mate. I can ask you to leave.
Can you read this?
I don't want to read it, mate.
And then just
The
tell me.
policeman read it. That's enough for me. I need you to go.
Tell me again if I can leave after you've read it.
Huh?
Tell me if you care about
Mate,
your
I
family.
know my law. I know my rights under
Do you
the
know
law.
the original
I'm authorised
Southern
officer
tribal
of the
people?
Transport Act. I'm asking to leave the station now. I need you
Yeah,
to
and I'm
leave.
saying what rule of law are you using to enforce it?
Pardon?
What rule of law are you using to enforce it?
Transport Act and regulations.
No, rule of law. Every country and every continent has a rule
Mate,
of law.
are you a lawyer, are you?
Yeah, I am.
You
I
are?
actually
Okay,
am.
well, practice your
I
law in court,
I
but
present
out here in the
myself
street.
court.
Okay, well, out here in the street.
So I think I have
okay?
a right to ask you what is your rule of law that you use.
Well, I have a
now
right to ask
enforce
you to
it.
leave the station. I'm asking you to leave, and I've asked you about 4 times now.
All right, I'll make it simple.
Okay.
Common law of England or common law of Australia?
Mate, if you refuse to leave, okay,
I am not
you'll be committing an
refusing.
offence.
I am standing here, and you're coming up to me.
So if you refuse
and
to
you're
leave, you're
talking
committing an
to me.
offence. I need you to leave.
Now you know it's a lie. Everybody knows this is a lie. Start dealing with the truth and things will start changing. Thanks again to the anarchist mob for promoting the history of this country, something that everyone needs to know where you're standing, because you're standing on stolen sacred land. And you got it through acts of genocide and terrorism. That's the reality, isn't it? Where's the treaty? Now when someone brings a fleet of ships to your country, that's an act of war and aggression for a start. When they stick their flag in it and claim it as their own, that's an act of war and aggression.
That's right.
Have a look in 1786. Fulfill it. Apply the laws of war to this land and waters. Now this is the discovered, they called this unoccupied land, but before that was called New Holland. But the British discovered New Holland. It's all lies, people. It's all lies. It's time to stand up. Save this place for our children, what's left. You know, we're hemorrhaging in terms of our lives, our culture. The same is for the environment as well. You know, there's a parallel between genocide and ecocide. It's got something to do with the customary law of the land. Anyway, thank you, I'm going on too long here. Thank you.
And this particular struggle is important because the very same people that are involved in the neoliberal struggle to put the interests of unaccountable corporations before the interests of citizens and residents are actually at the forefront of that struggle to deny this country's black history, this country's Indigenous history. This is the first time in this country's history that a major monument to the frontier wars, which occurred over a century, almost a century and a quarter, is publicly acknowledged in a major city in the CBD. Obviously, there are memorials across the country, but this will be a significant memorial to two men, Tanaminoa and Mulbohina, who were hung on the 20th of January 1842 for having the audacity to resist colonisation.
As the war machine keeps turning, death and hatred to mankind, poisoning their brainwashed mind.
Welcome to the Anarchist World This Week, broadcast across Australia on the National Community Radio Satellite. Listen to the Anarchist World This Week, Australia's sacred cow slaughterhouse. Listen to analysis of local, national, international events. Listen to analysis you'll never hear anywhere else. Here we go. Welcome to the Anarchist World This Week, broadcast across Australia on the Community Radio Network. This program is streaming live on 3cr.org.au. If during the course of the program nature calls, you need to change your sanitary napkin, who knows? Who knows? I've been told the average age of listeners to the Anarchist World This Week is 104, so who knows? If you need to go to the loo, somebody knocks on your door and tries to change your electricity provider, don't despair. The Anarchist World This Week is podcast. You can access the podcast by going to 3cr.org.au. My name is Joseph Toscano and I'm hosting today's program. Now, we got good news, better news and interesting news. But I think I'd start off with a few definitions today. Not the usual, what is anarchy? We know anarchism is a society without rulers. And how do you get a society without rulers? You break down hierarchy. And how do you break down hierarchy? By having decision-making processes which give everybody an opportunity to be involved in the decision-making process, and by holding wealth in common. That's what anarchism is about. It's about creating a society without rulers. But today I want to talk about a term which a lot of people are a little bit confused about, which is used willy-nilly by people like me, called neoliberalism. Neoliberalism. People say, neoliberalism? Is that like the New Left? Is this the new Liberal Party? Are these the new Liberals? Well, neoliberalism is a little bit of an ironical term. You know, I've always found it ironical, and I think the people who coined the term neoliberalism understood. Now, we talk on this program about the four pillars of corporate capitalism. And the four pillars of corporate capitalism are deregulation, privatisation, globalisation, and corporatisation. A lot of Asians, aren't there? So deregulation, privatisation, corporatisation, and globalisation. These are the four pillars of corporate capitalism. Big words, all big words, aren't they? So let's break them down into their atoms, into their neutrons and electrons and protons, because, as you know, words are fascinating things via which you can use to actually destroy your opponents. So we've got the term neoliberalism and the four pillars of corporate capitalism. So what does it all mean? Well, neoliberalism is a term which encompasses political and social movements which have nothing to do with personal liberation. They have nothing to do with liberating the citizen from the state, but it's about liberating society for corporations. And what are corporations? Corporations are basically unaccountable organisations whose primary responsibility is to maximise profits for their major shareholders, irrespective of the human, social and environmental costs. That's the role of a corporation in a corporate capitalist society. So they are there, they're only accountable, not accountable to the government of the day. They seem to ignore the laws because they actually dictate the laws to the parliamentarians. They are the parliamentary puppet masters, the corporations, the Murdochs of the world, the 21st century Foxes of the world. Murdoch's little baby and News Limited. They are the drivers to a significant degree of the political agenda. So neoliberalism is a term which describes the ascendancy of a political movement and a social movement, an economic movement, which currently dominates every aspect of our lives. And they do that by ensuring that governments of all political colours continue to pass legislation which benefits them. And this is where the four pillars of corporate capitalism or neoliberalism come in. Deregulation. Listening to these people, you would think that the word regulation is a dirty word. And it is a dirty word to corporate capitalists because the struggles of the 20th century and the 19th century were about forcing the state to take on a secondary role apart from ensuring that the ruling classes continued to exercise power. And that role was to look after the interests of the citizens. And so a number of regulations, hundreds, thousands of regulations have come in to actually protect people in terms of working conditions, in terms of access to healthcare, in terms of access to public education, in terms of providing people for minimum wage. So the neoliberal agenda is about deregulating, removing laws which were passed to protect citizens and individuals from the arbitrary exercise of state power and corporate power. So deregulation. This is what, it's all very simple. It's about removing those protections, rolling back the historic gains which were made through the blood, sweat and tears of your relatives and friends. Then there's corporatisation. What's corporatisation? The second pillar of corporate capitalism, neoliberalism. Well, corporatisation is the removal of laws which allow corporations to become so large that they dominate the marketplace. So in Australia we have a duopoly as far as food distribution is concerned. And in most facets of existence in Australia, you will find 1, 2, 3 or 4 large corporations, like in the media industry, 5 large corporations, dominate 95% of the marketplace. And when you have corporations dominating the marketplace, and when you have that these corporations are global, and that's where globalisation comes in, you can see the power they are able to exert, not just over our government, but governments across the world. So corporatisation is having rules in place or no rules in place which allow all facets of our existence to be dominated by 2 or 3 players. Then you've got globalisation. Globalisation is the third pillar of corporate capitalism and neoliberalism. And that is removing barriers to the creations of corporate profits, removing tariffs, creating a so-called level playing field where no level playing field exists, decreasing wages and stripping conditions, or sending work offshore to places where they're not bothered by minimum wage or standards in the workplace. And then last but not least, you have privatisation. And privatisation is basically a fire sale of assets which generations of people in this country have contributed to the private sector, to private corporations. For example, Telstra, Qantas, the country's airports, private education, and the list goes on and on. So it's a very simple. Neoliberalism is an all-encompassing term which describes the ascendancy of political movement that now dominates almost every facet of our existence. So there's nothing hard about it. It's very simple. It's a very simple concept. It's about concentrating power and wealth into the hands of an unaccountable minority. That's what it's all about. Listen to The Anarchist World this week, broadcast on the Community Radio Network. This program is streaming live on 3cr.org.au. Now some... Come on! Treat me, yeah! Treat me now! Treat me, yeah! Treat